Hi everybody. I wanted to come on here quickly and show you how I got these beautiful, that beautiful background. I was inspired by Alex Siberia to get that background, which is so easy to do, and I'm going to show you that today. So the stamp set that I'm using is Altenews Wallpaper Art. This is a great stamp set. This is actually my favorite stamp set. So that's what I used for the flowers. Now I'm not going to do the flowers today. I'm only going to show you how I achieved this background. I am going to stock up on some backgrounds here just so that I can grab them and use them when I need them, especially if I'm in a hurry. So what I'm doing is I'm using one set of Altenew inks. So Altenew inks, they come in a set of 4 and they're very well coordinated. And so I'm going to start by doing just some, not ink smushing, but just by taking the ink pad direct to paper and just doing like a really quick line across the page here. I deliberately want it to look a little distressed, like that. Don't want it to be 100% on the paper. I just want it to look a little distressed. Then I go in with the second darkest color and I keep going, adding a little more color. Doesn't have to look smooth. It's not the point of doing this. You can always go back and add more if you want to the first color, just to blend it. Now I'm going to add the third color, third darkest color. Just kind of go back and forth like that. And then the darkest color here. Okay. I'm going to go back through one more time with the second darkest and just kind of add a little more. There we go. Then what I do is I took some Altenew Enchanted Gold pigment ink, which is beautiful, and I just very lightly started swishing that over the page strategically. Some of it's a little lighter, some of it I went a little bit heavier so you could kind of get the look. See the look here? All right. And that was it. That's all there is to this. From there, I can set this aside, and when I'm ready, I can create a card that looks kind of like this. I'm going to do this again with another color. Sorry, I'm hitting my knocking my stuff around. I'm going to use these purples because I haven't used these very much, and I love purple. So I'm going to see how this looks with the purple. So again, starting with the lightest color, open it up, and just very lightly I start going over the cardstock. This is Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock. I didn't use watercolor cardstock because I don't really see the need for doing that here, but you could. Then I go on with the second darkest color, starting light and increasing your pressure as you go along because you don't want to get it too heavy. And I go back in with the lightest just to do a little blending. Now with the third darkest color, ooh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Ooh. I mean, it's probably more like a rich shades of burgundy rather than purple, but still purple to me. Now the darkest shade over here. And that's it for this. Now I'm going to go back with this Altenew Enchanted Gold Pigment Ink. Some options for you too would be, instead of using this, you could go let this ink dry. Well, this is a dye ink, so it will dry quickly, but you could go over this with your embossing pad and then add embossing powder if you want more of a distinguished shine. It's a little darker, so okay. Isn't that pretty? Here's the difference between these two. I'm going to do one more with you. Let me clean off my space. This time I'm going to use some golden yellows. Again, starting with the lightest shade. Ooh, this is so pretty. I haven't used these inks very much, so it's kind of fun to use them on backgrounds like this to get an idea of what they're like. Second darkest color next. Second lightest, I'm sorry. Start light. Don't use a lot of weight. I think I got a little too heavy-handed here, but that's okay. I think this might be pretty for a fall. Third darkest for a fall background. And then the darkest, the very darkest. Kind of going over this a little bit to blend. I'm going to go back over this with the lightest color just to kind of blend it in a bit more here. And add a little more. There we go. And just back and forth movement. I'm just using like the very edge to do this. I'm not going full on. And then I'm going to use this as well, the pigment ink, gold pigment ink, because I think this is going to be pretty on here. I just don't know how well it's going to show up. It is showing up. Just not as vividly as on some of the other ones. So this might be a good one where you could use some gold embossing powder on it rather than just the pigment ink. It would show up a little better, I think. So here's one, here's two, here's three. I got 3 backgrounds ready to go for when I need to do my next card. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.